Hello, Bridget Bartlett here. So today I'm going to show you how you can actually create a system and build your business on HighLevel. So if you are new this week or new to our training, we are working on this series. And Monday I showed you how to basically an overview of this business model that we're using in this case study. And also yesterday I showed you how to um, basically set up your system. I'm so sorry, I got distracted. Hello, Manny, and hello, Ray. Okay, so today what we want to do is get all of this set up. We're going to choose the color palette. We're going to create our domain. Yesterday, we already set up our HighLevel account with the domain and the email sending domain and all of that. And now what we need to do is actually get started into this brand creation and creating our offers and building out this business with the resources that we have available. Okay. So, first of all, before we even get into this, who is our customer? That is the very first thing that you need to know is who's our customer. Okay. Now, in this scenario, our customer is busy, non techie restaurant owners. They're working long hours. They don't have much help. They're probably struggling if they are one of our customers because they don't have an online ordering system, or their only online ordering system is one through like a third party app like Grubhub or Uber Eats. Okay. Now, what's great about our system is that they don't have to, for example, they can use Uber Eats and Grubhub and all of that to bring in new customers. But when their customers want to reorder, they should not have to continue paying that, sometimes 30% commission on every single order. And we want them to build their own customer database. We all know there's money in the list, right? And we need to relay this to our restaurant owners. Okay. So, what is the solution? Most of the time, of course, every business owner knows if you have the money, you can pay anyone to do anything and, build it out as big as you want to. So, obviously, if they had the money to do that, they would do it. Okay. So, their problem is that they need a low cost solution. Sometimes they will do a DIY option. So if it's not too techy, they can figure it out and they will take the time to do it. But if it's too complicated, it usually gets put on the back burner and it's something like, I'll get to it eventually. Like I know we're all business owners and we experience this, and it's like, I'll get to it. Eventually I'll get to it. And then we just never end up getting to it. And then what happens is we're spinning our wheels and we're bleeding money, and we're just kind of, it's the snowball effect that we want to help them eliminate. Okay. So, our basic system is we are going to create an opt in page. Okay. So, we need a way for people to opt in for something free. Okay. So, that creating the free thing, that's usually where people struggle. Like, what is the free thing? What can I offer in exchange for their contact information? And it's not just offering something free, right? I could offer like a free teeth cleaning, but how's that going to give me restaurant business owners, right? So I need to offer something that's going to attract my perfect client to opt in to receive the free thing. Okay. Now, it would be great if that free thing was educating them on our solution that they opted in for, right? Because that's what's going to encourage them to become a customer. When they become a customer, the next level of our system is that we need to onboard them. We need to educate them. And also, that's part of following up with the list. Even if they don't become a customer, we still want to continue educating them about our business and our solutions, to keep in contact, just like you would a friend, right? And then, of course, those people who do become a customer, or people who want to stay in our list, we want to constantly share with them other things that we can help them do. If we want to upsell them to another software like HighLevel, or we want to upsell them to a service, or maybe some print on demand, or maybe even some paid ads, we have the ability to do that because we've started building this list and we've really narrowed down our niche and our target customer so that we know exactly those solutions that they need, and we can cater all of these steps to fit their specific needs. For example, what kind of things could we offer? Okay. So this is just brainstorming some offers. This business that we're creating here, I've called Order Easy Menus. And so if I'm promoting Order Easy Menus, it's the same offer, it's the same business no matter how I promote it. Okay. And I don't really want to just have one offer that I'm promoting from this business, because I need to reach, and I need to cater my messaging to reach different people, different types of restaurant owners. What is their specific problem? Okay. So, an example of this, if I'm trying to attract like the DIY low budget restaurant owner, a free course is a great way to do that. And I'm not going to call it a free course of like how to use my restaurant ordering system, but I could call it how to increase your restaurant profits by 30%. Okay. Now, 30%, this is a valid statement, because 30% is what some restaurants are paying when they're doing their going to DoorDash or Uber Eats. They're paying that on all the orders that are being processed through that payment gateway. So that's crazy, right? We really want to help them. So if we could provide them a free course of how to get their system set up using our tool, obviously that is a very targeted message to this specific business owner. So that's great. I would want to run ads to a course like that. Okay. Now, another option here would be fast delivery. Alex Hermosi says the only thing that beats free is fast. Okay. So we could promote like, hey, get your restaurant ordering system set up, done for you in 48 hours. Okay. So that speaks to the busy business owner who's like, oh my gosh, I know that's awesome. I totally need that. And so now they know that, hey, oh my gosh, they could set that up in 48 hours. In 48 hours, I could be having like restaurant ordering. This would be awesome, right? So you're reaching that busy person, okay, who needs this done for them. If you are a reseller, remember we talked about with this opportunity, which we're talking about Gloria Food, and I do want to say, I am not affiliated with them. I'm not associated with them. I'm not partnered with them in any way whatsoever, except I did sign up for the white label of this tool myself. So if you did want to sign up for that, go to gloriafoods.com. I think it's with an S actually. And then you can sign up for free. Okay. You don't need to pay to be a reseller for this. But one of the things you could do if you were a reseller is they're opting into your white label dashboard for restaurant owners. And you could offer to build their menu for them, which we're just uploading, and we get a quote from the actual team and they do it. And it's really inexpensive. I did one, it was like 15 pages, and they wanted to charge $40 to build it out. That's like a no-brainer. The website was like $9, and so for $49 I could get a restaurant their menu built out from a PDF and a full website connected to a domain and all of that. Okay, so you could literally say $100 and we're going to get your whole system set up for you and still make a profit on that. Plus now you can earn from all the reoccurring. We're wanting them to stick, right? That's what we're trying to do here. We want to create a system that is such a no-brainer offer for them because it solves their problem. All right. And if you get them to opt in, the faster that you can get them set up and start using the system, the better chances that you are of, obviously turning them into reoccurring customer and purchasing a different options. Okay. So also another offer could be like, get your system set up, we'll give you 50% off for the first 3 months. Okay. That's also another thing, because you're saying basically like, we're going to get all this set up for you. It's going to be 50% off for the first 3 months. So it's like there's no commitment. If you want to cancel or, whatever, they really have that low barrier, like low risk level. Okay. So they're more likely to sign up because it's like, oh, okay, well, 50% off. If it doesn't work out, I'll just cancel. You also have the opportunity with Gloria Food ordering system. You can create a free account, and that's really what I'm going to do. I have a basic version. I want to give them the basic version, and then I want to educate them on how to get things set up. So that is one option. You could say get free access to our restaurant, marketing suite of tools, or you could charge a subscription for this suite of tools, even though it's free to you. And then you could set them up on a 7-day free trial where, they're signing up. Maybe you want to say like, $97 a month, and then you get free for 30 days or whatever, and then they will automatically bill. Okay, so this while we're talking about this for this specific business model, this doesn't mean that you can't use these same ideas and these same options for any other business. Okay, this is just to get you thinking about some different ways of doing that. Okay, so I'm going to X out of this now. And I want to go back to our checklist that we're working on here. And I did add two things here to the checklist that we talked about already. You can always go to myvisionagency.com/help. And you can find this article here. Search start to find it. We talked about that yesterday. It's also in the description of this video if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. But I did add this here because I do realize that it is part of the process. Some businesses do not have so for the sake of being thorough, I wanted to add this to the list. So we want to choose a color palette. Okay. Now you can go into Canva and you can choose a different color palette. You can actually, I think if you search here, you can also go to colorhunt.co and you can choose a color palette, but you can see here that there are lots of options and you can choose any of these. I mean, it's your business, your color palette, however you want to decide that. But I actually, if we're talking about what color palette that you want to choose, I am. It just makes more sense to me that if we are getting all of these resources, which of course you could white label and rebrand, and if this was going to be like your main business that you want to lead with, that's definitely what you'd want to do. Download all of these, edit them, make them your own brand colors, create your own videos. That's really the best thing to do. But if you just want to utilize these resources and you want to, be an affiliate and kind of use it as an offer within your own business, then you could just use what they already have here. So all I did was just download this document and I uploaded it to Canva. And you can see that when you upload a document to Canva, it will allow you to just click on the image. And if you go here, it will show you what colors are in the image. So what you can do is take the image that you upload into Canva and create your own personal brand. Okay. So if you go over, I think you do need to have the paid plan, but if you go over here to brand, you can see here that what I did is just simply take all of the hex codes and I created my own brand inside of Canva. So now, all I need to do is basically when I'm building any of my assets and graphics and building my funnel, I could just leave this open and now I have all of my brand colors here and they're easily accessible. Also, when I go in here and I'm creating my logo, I can easily just select the brand. Like if I go down here, you'll see I can select order easy menus. And then now I have all of my brand colors here and I can create graphics. I could create my logo and all of that. You'll see this logo here is just simply, if you go to templates and you search for logo, you'll actually see this restaurant logo through here. There it is right there. I just changed it to meet my needs, right? So what I did was I just took this logo and I made my own brand colors. Now, every time I make a logo, I always make it 500 by 500, and I always want a version of it with the image and with the text, okay? And I also want a version that looks good against a dark background and then also looks good against a white background. So this is a version of my logo here. And then I also have this version of my logo here. So these would be printed transparent. Okay. So that's how you want to create a logo. If that's already overwhelming for you, then just go to Fiverr or Upwork and then pay someone to create a logo for you. It's usually less than $10. So definitely not something to stress about, but it will help you. Okay. So very, very simple. Now, once you create your logo, let's go back here. So we've chosen our color palette. So we're going to use those same colors as in the brand kit. We've created our logo. Now we need to create the form. So I'm going to go inside my HighLevel account and I'm going to go to sites here and I'm going to go to forms and builder. Now, if I was going to create this form from scratch, I would just click here and go create form. However, I don't want this video. It would be 45 years long if I really showed you in depth every single thing to do. So I encourage you, if you need further training on this, definitely just go look up the specific things that you need to do and then complete that task and move on to the next thing. Okay. I'm always saying you got to learn by necessity because you'll just get super overwhelmed trying to be a master of everything. But this is really just a basic template here that I have just played around with the fields. I've added, my own colors and things like that. And again, I'm remaining congruent with the color palette that we chose here. So you can see that's my blue color, that's my green color. I'm going to go ahead and close out of these. And so I'm just saying, remember, my business plan is I am just going to give a free account and have them register. Okay. That doesn't mean that I won't create additional offers and promote those different offers and see which one is working best. This is just like a soft launch, what we're doing to build our system. Now, you can also see here that this is actually a pre built like terms and conditions box here. But if you're using, if duplication is something that you want to do, that you want to keep in mind, it's not something to become obsessed over when you're building your system. But if you know that you are going to be duplicating this, like I am next week, then you want to be thoughtful of the things that you're doing and try to use these custom values. Now, to grab the custom values, all you have to do is go to help.gohighlevel.com. You can seriously search the word merge and then a whole list will come up here. It's just that easy. Okay. List of custom values merge. So you'll see all of these. Now, when you're inside your emails, you can use the contact information, the users, appointments, calendars, messages. But on the website, you can use account or like the day and time. Okay. So we want to use the location here for the opt-in. So I want it to say, I want to be able to duplicate this and I want it to say whatever the name of the location is so that when my members, when I give the snapshot to you guys, when you upload this, it won't say location name. It won't say order easy menus. It will say whatever your location is. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll just save that there. Now here's an important part here. If you do not want this form to go to a message, it automatically defaults in the form to send a message, okay, instead of routing to another place. If you want to leave this open, you need to choose the open URL instead of message here. So just make sure that it says this. And then now, anywhere that you want to use this form, you just set it at the funnel level, and then you don't have to worry about that. I see this all the time, so I just wanted to make sure to bring that up. Create your form, make sure that it is going to its open URL. You don't need to paste anything there. Just leave it open. And then when we build our funnel, we're going to attach it there and we're going to tell it there what to do. Now, one thing I do want to do, because we're going to be sending this to a cold email list, one thing I do want to do is make sure to make this a sticky contact, because if they are opening up their email, obviously we already have their contact information, but I want to make it sticky so that they are more likely to go ahead and register if their information just auto populates. And that's what a sticky contact does. As long as they have their information entered before they go to that page, then it will auto populate there. So I'm just going to make that sticky and save. And now the form, we're good to go. Okay. If you are wanting to collect a phone number, you do need to have the terms and conditions here. And these are all just elements that you can grab over here. Like you can see terms and conditions. We have the phone number and first and last name. Okay. So build it out, make it pretty however you want. Use your brand colors. Okay. So now we have created the form. So now we need to create the funnel. This is the fun part. Okay. So I actually created this funnel in the website builder. It does not matter what builder you decide to use. It's totally up to you. But since I do not have a website, I usually will create my website first, and then I will start creating funnels from that. Okay. Because typically a website is everything that you offer, and a funnel is just promoting one feature at a time. Okay. So when we're going back to that list that I showed you here, here would be my website, but I would create a funnel that promotes how fast our setup is, and a funnel that promotes our free course and how it can help them, a funnel that promotes our free basic version, which is actually my first website here that I've created for this business. And then I could create funnels for all of these. Obviously, I could run ads to all of them and see which one converts better, and then I would know what the best path is for this audience, right? So I have my website here, and you'll see that I have 4 different pages here. I actually have 1 page and then our policy, um, privacy policy and terms. You do need to have this if you ever plan on running ads. If you're a member of our program, you can go to your Vision AI tools and you can actually just type in your business name and answer a couple questions and then use that AI to automatically generate your terms and your privacy policy. Okay. So, but we do need to have the pages there. And you can see here that I have my domain connected. I showed you yesterday how to add your domain into your account. But the first page here, I'm just going to click on here and we're going to go to basically edit the page because I want to show you some features about this page that really help you to kind of combine the gray label version of their resources and your own version. Okay, so you can see here up in this menu, what I have is if they click here, I have my menu, I go over here and you can see get free access. Okay, so if I click here, it goes to the home page. Okay, so that's where they're registering. If you go down here, you see it says get free access. And if I scroll down here, you'll see that that button is tied to the pop-up. So if we want to see what happens when you click the button, then you'll see that when you click on the pop-up here. Okay, so if I click on this form now, and all you need to do to add the form is just drag in the element. Okay, so I'm going to click on the form and then I'm going to tell it what I want to happen when someone submits this form. Okay. Now you can see I have a custom value here. Now, this custom value is not one that's created here. It's actually one that I created myself because, again, I have duplication in mind. And so I want to, when I duplicate this, I want my members to be able to go to the custom values and then just paste in whatever domain that they connect to their system. And then I want it to auto populate that. So I don't, if I have this in 45 places of this system, I don't want them to have to go to 45 places to be able to update that. Okay. So if I go now into my settings here, and I go to custom values, you'll see that I have these 4 custom values. So I have the login URL, and this login URL is what has to be set up here if you go into your branding and you go to custom domain. You'll see that you can set up this here. Now, this is for your this is the only thing that you have to pay for to sign up to be a partner, and you don't have to do this, but if you did want your own branded domain, that's obviously the best thing to do. And it's $25. It does have to be an available domain. But what I did was choose my domain like Order Easy Hub, which I love. It's like Order Easy eggs, but it's or over easy eggs, but it's Order Easy Hub. So anyway, so I chose Order Easy, and then I chose Hub because this is the link that you will log into to get access to the restaurant ordering system. Okay, so if I go to this link here, you'll see this is what it looks like. Okay, so it's just the basic opt-in page, has my logo and all of that. It is branded to me, and this is how they're going to get access. So they're logging into that, but I don't have access to this. I can't do anything else with this domain. You just purchase it through them. They connect it. It's really simple, but I can't do anything with this. So what I had to do was purchase another domain through Cloudflare, and we walked through all of that yesterday, where I can use that for my main business. But when they log in here, it's going to be this domain. Okay. So going back to my website here, you can see I have the login URL, which is the domain that we set up there. Okay. I also have the logo, which I have in every account so that I can auto populate every website. Everywhere there's a logo, I always put this custom value. That way it will always update with my logo. And then also we have the sign up URL. Okay. So this is actually the same as this, but there is a section here where you sign up. Okay, so to get this, what you have to do is a little trickery. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to open this up here. Actually, so if I copy this, what you have to do is log in. Or actually, what we'll do, we'll go here. We'll do the hide the sign up link. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to go back. I'm going to copy this because I want to show you guys how I did this. So I'm going to go back here And I'm just going to paste this incognito. But you'll see when I did that, I unchecked that box. It says no account, sign up here. Okay. So I actually opened that and then I just copied this link that's up here. And let me minimize this so you can see. So I copied this link right here because that's actually the sign up link. Okay. So I don't want that. I want them to have to register inside of my form so that I know that they're creating an account, okay? Because that will eliminate any type of integration, which Gloria Foods through Oracle, they don't have that ability to like set up a webhook for the agency level. So you need to kind of be creative with that. So the solution that I found is doing that and pasting that here. So when I want them, they've already registered and I want to send them back to that page, or I want to direct them after they've entered the form to this page here. What they've actually entered into my funnel, but then they're also going right to create an account through my order hub. Okay. And then we also have our website URL, and that is the website that we actually created to promote our business, which is Order Easy Menus. And you see up here, it's Order Easy Hub. So I just tried to remain congruent with those domains there. Okay. So if I go now back here, and you'll see here that I have my form, and I'm saying, where do I want to redirect? I'm going to redirect them to this custom value that we have right here. Okay. So I want them to go to the sign up URL. Okay. So now I did that also up here. So we have the get access, right? We also have the login. So if you see, we go to the login here in the menu. I have my custom value as well. So again, I'm just trying to make the duplication process easier. But this is also easy for me, even if I didn't want to duplicate this, because if anything ever changed, I could just go to my custom values here and update every website or funnel in my entire account. Like if I decided to just change up my logo and I just wanted to add a new logo to all of my websites, to just come here, click edit, and then I would paste the new link here. Okay, so super, super simple. So something else that I did here is they have videos, really good videos actually that they provide you here in the resource area. If you go into, let's go back here. If you go into the sales and marketing, you'll see all of the partner resources. So you have presentations and all of that. You also have videos. They also have a wide variety of videos on their YouTube channel. So if you go to, let's go to YouTube here. And if you search restaurant login, that is their gray label. So restaurant, their gray label, which is, where is it? Oh, there was Gloria Foods, but it is restaurant login channel. Where is the channel? Okay, it is in their resources. You also have this option here. If you go to the knowledge base and you click on partner business growth, you can read through here and you can find out like what are other partners doing to make this make the most of this opportunity. Okay, there are really good articles in here and all of that. But I wanted to share with you this section right here where it basically they tell you like from their experience how people are getting the most success. So what we kind of want to do is we want to just do all this research. We want to see what other people are doing, and then we want to kind of base our system off of that, off of the experience of others. Okay, so if you look also in here, they give you some examples of different businesses that are using the system and how they've created their website, so you can kind of see how they're positioning it. So I love to see what other businesses are doing, and it just helps you get so many ideas of how you can. Oops, looks like that person is not having an active website. Um, but how you want to position this. Okay. So you can see pretty basic. All right. So we're doing a little research. We're trying to see, what are other people doing? You can go to their YouTube channel. Here it is. And you'll see all of the videos here. You can download any of these and it'll tell you right here that you can download them and modify them. You can add your own logo and all of that. There's a YouTube downloader here that you can use as well. All right. So going back to our system, okay, we have created this, and of course, we have the optional done for you system. So all of these buttons are just going to this gray label knowledge base. And so what we're doing is we're saying you can do this yourself. But if you want our help, here are the options. So if you go to info.restaurantlogin.com, you will see their gray label knowledge base. So you don't really have to just recreate all of this. You have a complete knowledge base that you can help all of your restaurant clients. Okay. So we want to utilize those resources inside of our website so that we can, if this, again, if this is not your main business and you don't want to recreate all of these things, then you can utilize them in this way that I'm doing. So you just create like a help, and again, you guys are going to get this. And then I have another video here that they give you. It's all white label. And then I have need help. And then they go to that knowledge base. And of course, here in my footer, I'm offering them like, promotions, done for you menu, done for you website, and all that, because all of it is part of educating them. Okay. So now we have this website where they can register. We have this website here or this page where they can access the knowledge base and log in and all of that. Okay. So that's pretty much the whole system right there. But what happens once they start opting in? Okay. Because if you think about this, we have two levels, right? We have people that opt in for the free account and create that. And then, so we have our cold outreach that we're offering for them to opt in. And then we have the system, what happens when they opt in? Okay. So I'm going to go over here to automations, and you will see here that we have buyers. Let's actually go getting ahead of myself here. Okay, so we create the funnel. Now we need our pipeline. That's what we're going to create next. Before I go to the automations, I'll show you the pipeline. Okay, because really you do need to create the pipeline before you go to the automations, because this is how you are going to you're going to build this into your automations. Okay, so to create a pipeline, you can see here just basic cold outreach, leads, and buyers. To create a pipeline, you just literally go create new pipeline, and then you can add your stages here. We look at the stages I already have, it just says main pipeline, cold outreach, leads, and buyers. Okay. So in this stage, it would be any if we're sending like cold emails or something like that, these people would fall into this line. They would not be people who have opted in to actually create a free account yet. Those people would be our leads, and then the people who actually start purchasing things from us, those would be buyers. Okay, now you may have a really advanced system that you want to build out, and you certainly can, but just to make this simple and easy to understand, those are three good ways to start. So going into our automations here, just to go in order, we have our cold outreach. All right. So if I go to cold outreach, my trigger is going to be cold outreach. All right. Now I can easily do this, and we're going to talk about this when we go through all of the traffic on Monday. But I'm going to show you how you can do cold outreach. And then when you bring those leads in, it's automatically going to tag them cold outreach, which is going to trigger this automation. So what we want to do is we want to update their phone number because it's not bringing that in, and I want that. And then the next stage here in our pipeline is going to be the main stage, and it's cold outreach is the stage within our main pipeline. And we're going to use this custom value to show the opportunity name and the source. We can just type in what we want, or we can use a custom value. We could also add a lead value there. And then we could choose if this was open or won or lost. Okay, so pretty basic there. Now, what I want to do here, since this is a brand new email sending domain that I'm using, remember we just created this yesterday, and especially if I'm sending cold traffic, I need to warm this email address up. Okay, it's a new email address and a new email sending domain and a new domain. So I need to warm this up. So what I'm going to do is my first stage here before I ever send one email out is it's going to drip them. You can see I have 34 leads coming through at this point right now. So I don't want all 34 to immediately go through the whole campaign. What I want is 10 at a time. But what happens is you add this drip stage here, and you're saying like, every day send 10. Okay. So it's going to send the 10 through here. And then the next day, it's going to send 10 more from here. And then it's going to keep moving them through. So day one would be 10, day two would be 20, day three would be 30, and so on. Okay. So that's a really good way when you're just getting started from scratch and you need to get some leads. That's a really good way of warming up that system. You do not want to create a brand new system and then send, thousands of leads to it. You're just wasting your time and money. Okay. So we're dripping that out to protect our email address. Now, this first email, you can see there's actually not an email here. It's a template. Okay. Now, if you want to just create the emails basic in here, you definitely can. You don't have to use a template, but the templates are much prettier. And I'm going to show you the templates I built. I think that you will agree. And so I'm just using templates here, but I'm choosing the action of um, create the email. I want to send this email, right? Now, I always put the action step here because I like to just quickly look here and see which step is what without having to go into it to look. Um, so step one here, I'm sending an email and then I'm going to wait a day. Okay. So I added a wait step there. And then I wanted to add a goal here that if they get the tag registered leads, I'm going to end this workflow. Now that's important because if they get that tag, that means that they have opted into my funnel. So obviously I don't want to try to encourage them to opt into my funnel if they have already registered. Okay. So I'm just going to end this workflow. That's my goal event. It's called a goal event. Okay. So the next step here is this is day 2, and I'm going to send them another email. And so I'm going to explain to them who this helps. Now, how did I even know what to put in these emails? I actually looked at that document that I showed you here about how other partners are finding success and, kind of what they recommend to warm business owners up, what information is important to them, and all of that. And so that's what I use to create these emails. Okay. So how does it work? And then also who the system helps. Okay. So we have then another day, we're sending another email, and this is basically all about the website. Okay. So then we're going to wait another day. And then we're going to add a tag. All right. Now that tag is going to be for newsletter because this is like an onboarding or like a cold. This is just the end of this campaign. Now, I don't want to just never follow up with them again. They're leads, they're restaurant leads, they are our target audience. But I want to add this tag newsletter because maybe once a week or every 2 weeks or once a month, I want to send out a newsletter to my list and explain to them some new features about our solution or, some hot topics that are, relative to them. And of course, I want to lead back into how we can help them. Okay. So that's where I'm going to add that newsletter tag. All right. So that's what happens when we're doing the cold outreach. So if they decide to opt in and they register, we need another workflow for that process. Okay. So we have when they submit our form. Okay. So that's going to be the trigger when they submit the form, and we can choose the form is, and our form name was register free. So they're opting in. And the very first thing I want to do is add a tag. And remember from the previous step, we said if they get this tag, end that workflow. Okay. So they aren't going to receive this tag unless they have gone through this workflow and submitted the form. So that's how we're communicating with the system. Hey, when this person has this tag, that means take them out of this workflow. All right. So again, the next step here is we have our email. So I'm going to send them the number one email and we're going to start onboarding them. So the very first step that they even recommended up here, but also the first step they need to do is to download the app. So here are instructions to download the app. We're also going to update our opportunity pipeline, but this is not the cold outreach stage. This would be the lead stage. So this is the same setup, except now we're in the lead stage. We're moving them along through our funnel. Okay. Now we can type in the opportunity source or use a custom value. We can add a lead value here. We could say 1. I like to call my leads 1, but you may say still open, however you want to structure that. And then, of course, we want to choose if we want to allow them to move to a previous stage or duplicate opportunities. Typically, you don't do that, so I'm going to just not and then say save. All right. So now we have added a tag. We've sent them an email. We've updated our opportunity pipeline. Now I'm going to say, I'm going to wait a day because, we don't need to send them the next email right away. So we're going to wait a day. And then the next day, we're going to send them an email and it's going to explain to them how to create a menu. Okay. And we're going to wait another day and then we're going to send them another email. And in this one, we're going to start talking about how to take payments. Okay. So we're trying to educate them about our system, but we're also trying to get them onboarded and get them setting up the system. We really want as much of this automated as possible, with always giving them the opportunity to contact us with questions. Okay. But the more resources we give them, the easier we make this process for them, the less questions they will have, which saves us time, it saves them time, and it makes everyone money. So everyone wins when we do our job of getting this set up correctly. Okay. So we have registered leads. So start your first promotion. Okay. So actually, in the research that I was doing, this is one of the things they need to do right away. This is what's going to help them stick. Okay. So all of these things, the company actually recommended that you do it this way. But when you think about it, it totally makes sense. We need to get them making money so they are believers in our system. Okay. So we're saying that we're waiting another day here, and then we are going to send them another email. Now, this email sends them to the Kickstarter, which walks them through the whole process of placing orders and things like that. And then, of course, we have wait a day. And then you can see here, once that's over, we're again tagging them with newsletter. Okay. So that newsletter tag is what we're going to send our newsletters to everyone who has that newsletter tag. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. So now we've talked about what happens when you get the leads, what happens when you get, clients registered into the system. And now let's go back to our list here. We've created our pipeline, we've created the automation. So now let's talk about the email templates, because I told you in those automations that we created, you didn't see the emails, right? I actually just had them connected to templates. So this is what you need to do if you want to have like the pretty emails with all the, videos and things like that you can do. You need to build out templates of each of the emails within the campaign. All right. Now, I like to organize mine like this. You can also use folders if you want to, but I like to give mine a name. So in the cold outreach campaign, like this is email number 1, this is email number 2 and 3. For my registered leads, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I have my newsletter here. So you can see that most of these are all the same. So let's go. I mean, they look the same. They're all branded to me. So let's go to the very first one. And you see here that we have, these branded colors. This is also a custom value here. So when you load this into your account, whatever's already in that field, or if this is a brand new account, you paste your link there and it's going to update all of the emails within these campaigns. All of these videos here are actually videos from that unbranded gray label website. And then if you click here, you'll see it is your sign up link. Okay. So that's going to be the custom value there. So again, we're just trying to be mindful of the duplication while trying to not obsess over it. But you can see here, when I do go to duplicate this, most of this is going to be ready to go. But I do want to walk you through that process of duplicating the system, and how you can go through and really maximize all of those custom values and things. Now, for this template, what you want to do is go to the settings, and you want to make sure to put in the from email here, or the from name, which you can use a custom value, and it would be like the account location. So you would just go account and then choose location. And then now that's going to, no matter whose account it's in, you could have Kitty Cat's menus. And if this snapshot gets loaded in Kitty Cat's menus dot or whatever, the sub account, it's going to show up there. Okay. So same with the email address. We can add preview text if we want to. And then here's the subject line: is DoorDash eating up all your profits? Okay. So that's email number 1. And now you'll see, if we go to email number 2 for the cold outreach, who the system helps. Okay. So, what we want to do is we want to explain to them that, hey, you're not the only person. There's actually more than 20,000 restaurant owners who've used our system to increase their profits and decrease their costs. Are you next? And you can see that I added some custom values in here. We know you're bombarded with solutions for whatever their restaurant name is, because it makes it a little bit more personal. And then we have another video here that is from their gray label YouTube channel. And then, of course, we have this custom value here, which we're sending them back to your website, whatever you decide to put in there. So that's really important, because you want to make sure they're going back to your website. And again, if I did not use custom values, you would have to come in here and then update every single website, make sure all the links were going to you. And it's just such a pain. So then we have cold outreach number 3. Same thing. We have some more content here, all branded with our brand colors. And then, of course, you have the video here, and then you have the button that goes to your own website. All right. So now when we're onboarding, we're going to go to number one here. Okay. So the first thing that they want to do when they're onboarding, and I'm not going to go through all of these because they're basically the same. We have some text here. You have the dynamic logos so that it will update here. We have the YouTube video, which if they click it, it's just going to that gray label restaurant channel here. So it doesn't even have like comments enabled or anything. They totally manage all of this for you. So you don't really have to do that. However, again, if you wanted to be like really make this your main offer, I would highly recommend taking all those videos, rebranding them, adding your intro and outro, putting them on your own. Like if I was going to do that, I would put them on my own YouTube channel that was called Order Easy Menus and all of that. Okay. But if you're just doing this, like I said, as kind of like an entry offer, then you can use the gray label things. Okay. So then I have download the app. And here with the button, you can see that this is cool. And I don't know how many of you realize that you can do this. So this is the same link for everyone, except this very first part is your branded login URL. Okay. But I don't want to have to create a custom value for every single one of these. So you can put the branded URL custom value there and then the end part of the link. So you can see in my example, it's like ordereasyhub.com, and then it would be /admin to /app restaurant setup app installation, right? So by being able to do that, I love, because again, you're just adding that one custom value, but then I can add the direct link in these menus so that I'm not just sending them to the main website page where they need to log in and figure out where to go. I want to send them to the exact place that they need to go with the instructions that they need to complete the task. And so that's how I've set all of these emails up here in the onboarding so that they can just go right to the place. So you can see in this here, again, we're talking about the website. It's an unbranded video here. We have get started, log in. Same thing with your the custom value there. And then we also have access the knowledge base. And each of the knowledge base articles is that gray label, but it also goes to the specific article that will help them get set up. So we are really in every turn, we're trying to make this process easy for duplication, but we're also trying to make it easy for our clients so that, because like I said, if it's easy for them and it's easy for us, we all win. Everybody's making money and the world is a much better place, right? So those are how you want to go through and create all of your templates and connect them to your workflows. And all I did here to create the newsletter is I just simply duplicated one of the workflows, and I just added, take an article from the knowledge base to share via email with your list. Updates to the software are great too. This is just a video placeholder. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you had no idea what you wanted to share in your newsletter, what you could do is open up the knowledge base article and you can choose something, for example, system overview. Let's talk about restaurant key success. So now here is my first article for my newsletter. So I'm literally going to copy most of this. Of course, I'm going to make it my own. I might even put these images in there just to really jazz it up and make it like it is a like a blog post inside of my knowledge base. So that would be a really great article. And I want to just keep following up with this client about different ways. And I just want to keep reminding them of me and my business and my solution. And I just want to keep building that trust. Like, hey, I'm here to help. I'm someone to trust. And so if you have a problem, contact me. That's what we're really trying to say through this whole process. Okay. So we've gone through all of that. We've created our email template. Now, tomorrow's the fun part. We're going to create the business phone number. We're also going to go through A2P compliance to get it set up. We're going to set up our chat widget on our website. We're also going to create an IVR, and we're going to create a workflow for our web chat so that we have some automation taking place with that as well. Okay, so lots of cool things we're going to show tomorrow. So definitely, I will see you all then. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow. Same same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us for today's training. If you have any questions, you can join us for open office hours starting right now at bridgetbartlett.com. It's free and open to everyone, so I'll see you there.